basically 6 minutes. Okay. Now let's do this. So, good evening everyone. This is supposed to be a commentary on one of Cosmic's runs, which was after the world record and got a very good time but died at the event. In any case, this is supposed to point out all the little things and small optimizations which you can or cannot do, depending on, well, I guess the difficulty on those kinds of optimizations. Some are very much not worth it, but I want to mention them existing anyways. So something like this right here. As soon as you touch this block, it's going to break after a set amount of time. You want to do a tiny little jump to be able to fall down just a little bit faster when this breaks. Now this saves maybe 1-2 frames, and just to make sure you don't lose any time, you want to jump a bit early, I guess. Just don't jump late and you don't lose any time, and in the best case scenario you gain time. So what else? Also here, this guy on the right, I saw someone use Lust to kill him really quick, and this relies much less on luck of this fire guy coming close to you, so it's easier to kill. Obviously you want to switch to Greed afterwards to kill pretty much all the enemies really quick afterwards. For this portal there's not much to say except that you want to jump up a little bit like Cosmic here does to kill those little guys quickly. Also here I suggest you actually hold your weapon choice button to see where the fire guy is going to spawn. What you also can do is simply hope he's going to spawn close to you and spam Greed, which is what Cosmic did. So here, little thing, what you might just have noticed, Cosmic just landed here and did a jump really quick back up. Basically the idea is normally when you flutter over here, hope you can see my mouse, normally when you flutter over there, you will bump into this little thing and it will stop you just a bit. Now it's possible to flutter and jump just up here, but that's very difficult, so I suggest you try and land here and do a quick jump. So, and those are the little things I'm going to point out. Also here, I highly suggest using Lust, like Cosmic here does. I have a very good success rate of never stopping there and killing the fire guy simply by using Lust in a precise manner. Here, I suggest you don't care about getting hit. You simply jump into that tile and jump right up. And then simply time those hooks right here. I think the way Cosmic tried to do it is a little bit faster when you get a good cycle on the very first grabbing hand. Also there, as you could see, jump, don't flutter. So this is also a bit of a tutorial for newerish speedrunners. Cosmic did just there spawned one of the hunting guys and then reset the portal, which spawned the same hunting guy, but the old hunting guy still comes towards the portal, which is the point of doing this. Also here, I guess that's not quite intended falling down here. You want to be as far to the right as possible after you clear the portal. That's that. So here, kind of important, what Cosmic just did, I think. Yes, okay, you want to jump to fall down quicker. If you do it perfectly, you don't even walk into the wall on the right side, so you can keep walking to the right. But usually it's faster to go to the left. Obviously use Sloth. This boss, nothing special. What you want to probably try and time is hit Sloth as early as possible. Also I highly recommend switching weapons when she summons enemies. Here, Cosmic did Sloth a little bit late. Further, the feather. You want to pick it up a bit later than Cosmic did, maybe about right here. The reason for this is the feather falls very slowly once you pick it up. It falls just a bit faster down if you pick it up later. So that's the idea behind this. Never heard the music like that before. So, what else? Here, you don't stop for this guy at all. You can take the damage if necessary, and Cosmic got lucky. Also here, you can jump up just a bit early. As you know, those eyes drag you to the left. But if you jump up here, while they drag you to the left, you land in that pillar, and you basically damage boost just a little bit faster, and get up just a little bit faster. Further, here, you can slide off this. By the way, if you want to have videos of reference for how to do stuff, I can give you those, simply ask. I simply don't want to search and drag this video on and on. What you can do is slide and jump approximately here, do a really precise flutter and just land up here. Now this is really difficult to do and saves about only 3 seconds. So what I suggest you try it anyways, because if you don't get it, you will simply land down here and you will never get hit by those guys in the first place. Simply try it. If you don't get it, simply do the backup strategy which Cosmic did in the first place. It's only about a quarter of a second slower not getting the strategy compared to simply going for what Cosmic did. So, I suggest you flutter and then jump there like Cosmic just did again. Also here, what you want to do is optimally not reset here. The reason for this is you want to wait just a little bit so you can jump over the first ball this guy throws with a single jump, not a flutter. You don't want to use a flutter as much. You want to avoid using flutter as much as possible since it slows you down just a little. As you can see, Cosmic had to turn around. If you just time it so you can do a single jump, you can do that again. Plus afterwards, as soon as you land here, you want to do a flutter really short and then a full jump, and you can jump just over him really quick. Further, you want to slide as much as possible. Even on this little tile that saves, I don't know, maybe 5 frames? This is a ballpark number, by the way. Just sliding on here, so you want to slide pretty much everywhere as much as you can. Going through this thing or below, I haven't figured out which is faster. So, just the normal strategy here is to stand and spam greed to kill this guy. However, it's just a little bit faster if you simply hold left and simply avoid this projectile thing, and then kill the hunting guy as soon as he comes down instead. Here also, simply start sliding, don't care about the first guy, simply ignore the first 2 guys and time the third one to be able to get past. So, for bosses I very often don't have real advices. You want to probably simply check what the good runners like Cosmic Sense, Mr. Kelkin, Olga or B-Rex do. This one I tend to find that initially you want to use Envy to get as much damage as possible. What you want to do here usually, wow, is use Lust, I guess. But maybe not. This looked very quick. Sorry about that. As I said, I want to keep these videos short as possible. I don't have much to say. The quickest way to do this fall is to, well, get lucky. He just did, and kill them as soon as possible. I would say both Envy and Greed are viable weapons here. It's just a matter of preference. Envy is a little bit safer, but overall also a little bit slower since you have to aim it, and it doesn't have as much DPS. So optimally, Greed is the best weapon, but it doesn't happen very often that you get the optimal case. So, slide. Here, also again, do Mega Man jump. I call those Mega Man jump, by the way. You jump just after you activate those breaking tiles to gain enough faster falling momentum. You can't jump high, as in you tap the jump button. That's it. But you gain about 1 or 2 frames every time you do that in the correct spots. Here, I highly recommend using Lust to be able to aggro those guys and jump over them quickly. I believe Cosmic actually tried to do that, but I think he had the wrong weapon equipped. Also here, don't jump! Slide! You can simply slide over this. Seriously. Also here again, you aggro him and jump over him. Pretty simple. It's possible to get past this B without getting hit at all, but it's not particularly consistent. So further, a possible strategy you can do here is get down here and do a flutter and then a tiny little jump, or the other way around. Do a tiny little jump and then flutter. You can just get under this spike ceiling, but it saves not enough time to be reasonable. Alternatively, if you dodge it like normal, Cosmic just did, you can slide, jump, and then just get in there. Wait, hang on. Just land here. Simply don't forget to slide. Also, obviously, you don't go to the right side to save, you simply want to reset. Get the double jump. Nothing out of the ordinary. Here, don't flutter. You can't do this with 2 jumps. Also here again, don't flutter here. You do a single jump, then flutter here to wait, and then jump again. Those are the little optimizations I'm talking about. You want to avoid moving and fluttering sideways as much as possible. Also the Cosmic Slit there, that's really nice. So I don't have much to add to this one, since it's pretty much cycled. Not sure if there is any quicker strategy. Haven't found any. Also here, you want to land on this platform as early as possible. To initiate the fight as early as possible. Just don't fall down. So greed is pretty much the best weapon for this fight, but there is a strong argument to be made for using envy during the running phase, if you can anticipate the running phase. Oh, video buffering. That's annoying. Okay, going on. As I said, there's a strong argument to be made to use envy, since it has more reach, it's safer, but the jumping and wind thing actually strongly speak against using envy. Since there is a strategy which you can do, and I hope Cosmic is going to do, which allows you to simply get more damage in. Good. Going to run again? Okay. He didn't get to the jumping and lightning bolt phase. Basically what you can do when he bumps on the side, you can slide under him, jump over him back over. I've seen this the first time on B-Rex, and you basically get just a bit more damage in. Also here, you go to Amethyst first, it just saves a little bit of time doing. Here, it's possible to avoid getting hit by everything, literally everything on the floor, but again, it's so inconsistent, I'm not sure it's even worth trying to go. Nothing much to add here, except... Let's see whether Cosmic does it. Exactly, you can slide, jump, and then basically just land on this platform really quick and then jump again. What you can do then afterwards, instead of landing here again, you can actually do slide, jump from this platform, just with a single full jump over those bullets, flutter and jump back here and here again, without landing in between there. It's not easy, but it's also not terribly difficult. Here I don't really have anything to add. Also here, it's technically possible to get past everything without getting hurt, but I feel like damage boosting is probably more reliable and faster. I'm not sure about faster, but probably a lot more reliable. Oh, well I guess that happens. So not much to add here. This is pretty much, well, the fastest strategy I've seen what they're doing. You take damage from the bee, so you don't take damage from the Whirling Blade. Really that simple. Minimizing damage, if you get hit anyways. So here's an interesting portion. Depending on which cycle you get to this place, you can do different strategies. Like, for now, for example, Cosmic could do a double jump over these things and flutter all the way to this place. You can't flutter to over here, but you can easily double jump flutter to this one. Since those two turn around at the same time, he doesn't have to wait here. He could simply already jump over those and flutter. Also, the other strategy is to simply go for it anyways. So yeah, since he gets hit there anyways, he takes. So not much to add here, this is pretty much the optimal strategy. Here, Cosmic resets. I'm not sure resetting here is a good thing. I haven't tested it much, but I feel like the cycle he gets right here is not exactly great. Maybe it was just a bit slow, but I'm not sure. Not much to add here, simply take damage once and go. Also not much to add here. Maybe you could use Sloth to kill this guy in one hit. But that's very tricky to do. I don't recommend it. Oh, that was lucky. So, I suggest you activate the Amethyst boss fight before you go and hit the bee, because there's no reason to get hurt too much in this fight. So yeah, in this fight, very straightforward. You want to get 16 damage every single time Amethyst switches attacks, which can be a bit tricky at times if she interrupts her attack to put new fire on the ground. But most of the time you should get it. If you lose less than 6 damage over the course of the entire fight, you pretty much get it as quick as possible. Oh, sorry about that. I would fast forward, but I'm not sure that what would hold up to that. Again, if you have enough HP, no reason not to. Can take damage. And as soon as you beat her, you reset. Really, that's. It might be faster to reset with F2, but I'm not sure about that one. So, into the spider cave. Very conveniently, the first spider dies if you save here. Didn't save. Wow, okay. Not much to add to this place, since this is pretty much how optimally done. Oh, the Cosmic is actually going to save on the right side. You normally don't want to use that yellow save over there. You can simply skip it and everything works out. You damage boost through there, since it's really easy to get to the next place where you can save again without taking any hit. Also here, little thing. Don't jump, you can slide into the minecart. As in, I assume you want to save it. You don't even have to, things considered. You can jump straight into the minecart too. Here, yeah, slide as much as possible. What you can do here is... Stop. Oh, that's way too far back. Whatever, in any case, after that plant... No, just before that plant, you can do actually a single jump into the gap and then jump to the right instead of going to the left there. This is just a bit faster than going to the left. So here, very special. Those plants have 4 HP. Pride does 4 burst damage. So if you're really good, you can actually kill that plant and go further up. It's pretty tricky to do, but I feel like if you get good at it, it's reliable enough to do in a speedrun. What you want to do to extend your time as much as possible is you shoot the switch once, and then you jump, and while you're jumping up, you shoot the switch again to increase the time you have to get up there. Then you quickly jump up to the plant, kill it, and jump further. Really that simple. Also here, cosmic damage boost through the plant. While I suggest you jump over the plant and take damage from the second plant, then you jump from here while still being invincible because you just got hit before, jumping through the bat and basically jumping like this instead of going all the way to the right. Also, you can jump over that thing using only double jump, no flutter required. Not much to add, go in the front of the cart. Also here, there is a bit kind of a known damage boost no one does. Simply take damage from one of those mines and go to the left. This is not as reasonable, since you take damage from a second mine, for example to this place, you die. But I feel like people by now are good enough to not take damage here. And let me explain why you should damage boost there once you don't take damage from the mines anymore. And why you shouldn't. The reason why you shouldn't is this mine right here. As you can see, the mines hover slightly up and down. And if it's at the very lowest place when you just arrive here sliding, it will hit you. So if you took damage before, you will die. Not good. But on the other hand, two things. Dark Annihilator is easy enough to do with half health. And even if you go over here to save, to restore the health, it's still faster to damage boost over on the other side. It's only about a second at that point if you go and save and heal, so it's probably not worth it. But if you go into the fight with half health, I would say it's absolutely worth it. And at this point the speedrun is difficult enough, optimized enough, to look for those time savers that save 4 seconds in a quote-unquote easy way. So, Dark Annihilator. Pretty simple fight with the ammunition system of your orbs. All you want to do is, you never want to have 3 little circles above your head, which means you would have full ammunition. Always deplete your ammunition and shoot as much as possible. So what that also means is you want to destroy the healing mines with your melee weapon, because you don't want to use ammunition. And you also want to destroy those green fire laying mines, whatever those are, with your melee weapon. For this I highly recommend using Lust Act. Cosmic does it with Pride. I think it's simply comfortable more with Pride, but Lust is, I think, straight up superior if you get used to it. That's, well, as I said, it's probably a preference thing, and both can work out as fast as possible. So, not much to add here. Simply go and shoot that thing through the wall, because that works for some reason, and go on. Here, I'm not quite sure about the timing, but what you can do is pop your head on that pillar there and simply go through. Also, as you can see, Cosmic never stopped holding right there. In the previous room, he never stopped holding right and simply went for it. Depending on your align, I think this pretty much always works out. If you simply copy Cosmic, it's really easy. Also, as you can see, the cycle, the minecart to the right, just worked out so he could go. But even if you are slightly slower or slightly faster than Cosmic right now, you will have a different cycle, but I claim that you can always, and pretty much always, handle what is being thrown at you. You can take damage from that spike thingy without trouble and get through anyways, quick enough. It's really not an issue, I don't think. Simply always go directly to minecart if you are at the high level speedrunning. Here, simply learn the timing when you can go, not bump your head on that wall on the right side there, like Cosmic took. Also here, don't slide, simply jump as soon as you hit the screen transition. Further, I don't think you need to save here. This section is easy enough to do without getting hit. Not much to add here. For style points, you can go straight over here without going back to the main card. Also here, slide into the main. Cosmic just did that and that. This section is pretty much freestyle, you can do it however you want. There's not much to speed it up. That's half 6 HP. I just figured out how much to add here. Except, you want to jump onto the main card as soon as possible and then jump straight up to there. Cosmic waited a bit longer for the main card, but that's okay. So, Terravine. He has a few quirks to him. For example, if you get the laser attack, you can decide to simply stand and tank it. That's reasonable if you are confident enough with dodging everything else, and it's a fairly nice damage increase. So this attack, Cosmic decides to tank it, that's also a very reasonable opportunity. And now, this is the third attack. After the third attack, he will do the laser. If it's this attack as the third one, you can decide to interrupt it by simply taking a hit from one of those little balls. And if it's the third attack, I suggest you take the ball which puts you to sleep. I believe those are the purple ones. Don't quote me on that. In any case, if you do that... Hang on a second. Okay, sorry. In any case, if you do that, you will put to sleep but immediately wake up because he's starting the big laser, and Solgrin put it so you wake up as soon as he starts putting the big laser. So you can interrupt this attack. If you don't interrupt this attack, switch to Lust to be able to deal more damage to him. So yeah, this would be a substantial damage increase if you switch to Lust there. Further, you can activate all the main cards immediately. No reason not to. Plus, also here, leave the left little plant thingy alive, since Terravine would switch to the next attack if you kill it before. So further, one thing that's really interesting right here. You want to, if you have the opportunity, hit both the upper and lower part of Terravine, since I believe this actually does damage to both hitboxes at the same time. Also jump into that, why not? Jump into the little tool. You want to pick it up as soon as possible. So what else? Oh, I figured out that it's possible in this little section right here to not take any damage at all. I believe Cosmic resets to be able to hit always the same cycle which is used to, which also makes sense. Simply go through and destroy the enemies by healing at the save point, and don't get hit by that thing. So here, depending on how confident you are and how lucky, you can simply go for it without killing the fire guy first, which is what I suggest you do. It's rare enough for the fire guy to mess you up there, and you can simply go. Also, don't reset here. You just killed everything and you heal to full anyway. No reason to reset. You can decide to tank a hit on this tree guy, but I believe it's not much slower, if at all, to not take a damage. Also, what Cosmic just did here, he stood right below, as in pretty much exactly below the bone guy, which made him not move left and right, so he could straight up damage him, kill him as soon as possible. He tried to do the same with the second one, but messed up a little bit. This was a very fast portal anyway, that's pretty much. Also, ignore the fire, simply slice through it, no reason not to. Oh well, I guess there is a reason not to. We didn't save at the other side. So, little improvement here, don't dash down right. You want to flutter into the wing and jump into the wing and dash straight to the right. And then dash straight right up. Ooga, I believe, does the same thing and simply goes for it. Also here, don't wait for that fire, it's not worth it. Further, there are two approaches to this place right here. You either go up here and save, which takes the heal, or if you're confident enough, simply go straight to the right. Going straight to the right allows you to basically pretty much always get a good cycle on this booty guy. Then there are two approaches to this place. You do the normal thing and land on here and then go all the way below, or you do the B-Rex thing and basically slide, flutter and jump into this guy onto his platform. This is probably the fastest strategy, but it's a bit tricky to do. But I feel like it's reasonable. Also here, slide. Exactly. So, further. I believe this is a suboptimal dash. Simply dash straight to the right. I don't think there's a reason now. Not exactly difficult. Next portion is you can jump up here with a flutter, double jump, flutter, and get to this dash point right there. It's pretty tricky to do, but I feel like with enough practice, it's reasonable to do speedruns. So, next portion. Little quirk here. As soon as you are through this, as soon as you dash through this one-way platform, you can actually jump, and flutter again. You don't have to land. So, and here, depending on how confident you are, you can kill the fire guys as soon as possible and go to the right, or, well, land on the other side of the skeleton, making the cycle faster. It's basically, yeah, personal preference. So, aside from the glitch crater acting, there is actually a strategy to this to make him a little bit faster than normal. What you can do is use Lust, and I highly recommend Lust in this fight to actually damage him with your melee weapon. Now, most people probably try Crater Act with your melee weapon and it didn't work, but during at least the first horizontal section, you can damage Crater Act with your melee weapon, and it does damage. So you want to basically get melee hits in as much as possible since your ammunition is, well, limited. It doesn't work during this vertical section, so the vertical section is simply survived on that. Really that simple. So, not much more to add to Crater Act. Simply get better at him. Also, you want to be forward as possible during the rocks. And if you can predict the rocks coming, like he does his 3 other attacks, and then he does the rocks, you want to be as forward as possible to hit him with as many rocks as possible. Pretty straightforward. So, let's see. So, in theory, it's optimal to go down first. Actually, it is optimal to go down first, because you want to reset to go to the top left, you want to reset to go to the right. But you don't have to reset to go down. So you could come up there, save and quickly go down, because you're going to reset back here anyways. So for the top section, you want to jump into this flutter and then flutter to the right, and dash diagonally upright. This is relatively easy to do and saves time. I highly recommend doing this. Also what Cosmic just did there is he fluttered and then dashed up, dashed left, dashed right, etc. Fluttering at that platform is the easiest thing to do. What you can do, and it's pretty crazy to do that, I haven't pulled it up myself, but I was told that Mistake is doing this. What you can do is dash straight up and flutter as soon as possible, which carries up the dashing speed into the flutter, which lets you reach the feather up there without having to require an additional dash. It is extremely precise, and if you want to see it, simply watch Mr. Kilkins run. Other than that, this is pretty straightforward. It's possible to also land up here on the right side, but it's probably much safer to go to the left. Here, little thing you could do, but I don't recommend it, you could go below the centaur while he is jumping. If you get hit, you probably land in the black hole and die, so that's not exactly ideal. But if you don't get hit, you save about, I don't know, a few frames. I don't think it's worth it. So, also fun fact, it's actually possible to slide just before this guy. It's not terribly difficult, and I feel like it's worth it for the really good speedruns. Basically, his mouth actually doesn't have a hitbox or a hurt box for that matter. You can actually slide. When he is like this, you could slide below him. It isn't an issue. Simply try it and get a feel for how it's done. This saves, well, about a second if properly. The same thing again with this guy, you can go below him while he's jumping, but I don't recommend. It's simply a possibility I want to point out. Not much to say here, except don't die, which Cosmic usually does a really good job in. Which, at time of talking, he has the current record. So here, go straight to the right, no reason to land on the left platform. Just want to point out. Also, slide. Exactly. Actually, Cosmic did that. Nice. No reason not to slide on those little platforms. Oh, and in this chase section, I have one little thing to point out. But I'm not even sure at this point that it's faster. Here, you don't want to dash down right. You want to fall and then dash straight to the right, pick that up and dash straight to the right again. This is slightly faster than what he is doing right now. Also a bit more difficult and easy to mess up. It's however almost required to do in Demon. I've seen VRX do it the way Cosmic just did right now on Demon, but it's ridiculously precise and I highly recommend you simply check it out. It's not terribly difficult to do, but it's a bit easier to mess up. Further, here I've seen Olga use a different weapon, which is Sloth, to kill the enemies. But I also like the use of Lust there, which is really nice. The basic strategy for those guys is you want to kill them as soon as possible, kill 2 fire guys and go on. If you don't kill them in time, you have to kill all 4 fire guys. But as long as none is on screen, and go on. So, Ancient Constructs. We start on the right side. Damage those 2 constructs simultaneously, instead of damaging them on the left side. The reason for this is you want to kill the left statue first. Now this is basically only through rust tests, but the order in which you want to kill those statues is left, right, middle, right, and then either middle or left to finish it off. The reason for this, why this is currently the best known strategy is, for one, it optimizes the time which you can hit 2 statues at once. There's only one portion where you can't hit 2 statues at once, and basically the second one is the end range. This one, the left statue at the very beginning is actually a bit faster in the end range, but later on it's a little bit slower. So you want to get the left end range first, and then get the right end range, and then the middle, and then the right, and then finish it off on the left middle side. Nothing special, simply, well, get used to it. Also, one thing to note, if you do the strategy I just noted, left, right, middle, right, on the second right one, you don't have to do chip damage on the left statue. Just saying. So here, don't jump over that. You want to land on here, slide, and jump high into the next screen. That way this little ball will fly up here, and with a little bit of precise timing you can avoid taking damage from it entirely. Nothing much to add here. We go on. Also, I'm not sure if that's faster. Actually, it's probably faster to jump up here instead of the first one. I'm not sure about that. Well. So, cosmic resets here to get always the same cycle on those things, which is a reasonable thing to do. But I feel like it's also reasonable to not reset. So here, what you want to do is jump over that thing, flutter, get the dash thing, and dash upright, instead of dash straight up. This is really easy to do and saves a bit of time. Further, Cosmic actually just did that today, and I don't know when he started doing that, but this is pretty awesome. Watch this. Before, he actually took damage. I believe that was intentional damage taking, because as long as you are not full and you get a save point, your health will fill up, and if you take damage during the time your health fills up, well, it will keep filling up. So he's going to fill up right here and jump through this guy, and the damage he took from this guy actually healed up as well from the save point. This is extremely fast and pretty awesome actually. Really nice. Also here, obviously damage boost through this guy, and since it's actually easier to do now if you get it on that cycle. The rest is split of this one is pretty self-explanatory. So you can reset here, but you don't have to, as Cosmic just showed. It gets a really nice cycle pretty much everywhere. One little thing you could do is go below this, as in fall down, flutter, jump up. I don't recommend doing it. I simply want to point it out that's possible, but it's really hard to do. Also here, it is slightly, like 1 frame faster to destroy the left platform and stay on the left one. Plus, you could do a Mega Man jump here again, as in, you activate the platform destroying, do a tiny little jump, get more falling momentum to land down here, and the same thing here again. No real reason not to do it, it's simply getting used to doing that. So here, I highly recommend sliding under those things, instead of what Cosmic does is use precise timing. I mean, precise timing works too, but sliding under those gives you so much more leeway, it's silly not to do that, in my opinion. But Cosmic is a beast and we can do it without. That's fine enough. Not much to add here, except I have a little thing to add to the top of the elevator. If you are quick enough with killing the first skeleton, you can do the following. Let's see whether Cosmic gets it this run, I'm not sure. So what you can do is shoot this guy on the right, or well, he starts on the left by the way. Shoot this guy who starts on the left and dash to the right first as much as possible and kill him as soon as possible. If you kill him before this guy dashes, start jumping to the right into the door over here. If you do that properly, you can actually take this guy that just dashed to the right over into the next screen. Further, I believe Cosmic is resetting here. That's absolutely not necessary. Let me tell you why. You want to slide and ignore the first 2 hands. Your invulnerability frames are long enough to get through both hands even if you get hit by the first one on the very first frame possible. It's really easy to do and simply go through it, no reason not to. And it's easy enough to avoid taking damage on those and simply, well, go through them. Also, one thing I want to point out, Cosmic landed on that row of many hands. Cosmic landed on the left side of the pillar. In theory, you can go straight over to the many hands platform, they call it. But it's not necessary, you simply have to wait for the cycle anyways, so simply time it. Here, I want to point out it's possible to go through this, slide down here and flutter, jump, jump, but don't do that for two reasons. One, it's extremely quick to kill the two hunters with greed, and for two, this black hole will pretty much always be in your... You don't want to. Oh, Mugi 2, I recommend using Lust. The main reason is this fireball right here. You can simply Lust through the fireball. Pretty easy to do. Also, you can Lust through the fire shield, which he puts up. It's really nice. Also, you want to hit her as soon as hits the lava. And do additional damage like this. Just hit her. You can shoot even earlier than that Cosmic just did. You don't have to wait for her to jump back up that high. Other than that, I don't really have anything to add for this fight. A bit early for the victory music. Whatever. So, what you want to do is, like Cosmic just did, inch closer to the lava and jump down as soon as possible. So here, in this next room, there is an interesting strategy you can do. If you slide into this room and simply jump, I think a simple double jump, I can give you a video if you want. See it. In any case, you can time it just so you land on this platform right here, just as this thing passes, like Cosmic just did, and then go on. You can just flutter through this thing right here. Let's see. Instead of going above, you can actually flutter right through to the right, and then only hit this edge, keep walking without hitting those, and go through the room entirely without taking damage. It is a bit tricky, not terribly, but not terribly difficult to do. I recommend practicing that. Also here what you can do, but I'm not sure that's reasonable, you can actually slide down here and double jump straight up. I don't know how precise it is, but if you hit your head you're likely to be eaten by this thing. But yeah, simply try it out and see whether it works for you. Not much to say here. Instead of jumping over here, you can simply take damage from that little thing and go straight through the spawning thing. No real do. So, and I think the music went out. Here, jump instead of flutter. As in, slide, jump, don't flutter. Not much to add. This section is pretty self-explanatory. Let me see whether I can find some more. So, actually, I just almost missed it. Sorry about that. What you can do here is a pretty ridiculous strategy. There are two ways to achieve this. You can go below, or actually before this black hole does his circle over here. There are two ways to do this. One is you go before the save point, just back, grab the dash, and dash straight to the right, and flutter under this and jump over. What you can also do is do a slide, jump up here without landing on this platform here, and go really quick and just below this black hole. What you can do then is, you can do, if you are really, really quick, you can just make it before this whole black hole mess actually closes down. Also, what you do more reasonably, like what I think Cosmic just is you go quite fast, like he just did, and then slide down here and simply flutter straight to the right. Like he just did. That's really good. So, not too much to add to this section. A few things I think Cosmic already does. Here, what you can do is do a full jump, hit your head here to gain falling momentum as soon as possible to avoid landing on this platform. He landed there, but you can avoid landing on this platform entirely. You are at the risk to be sucked in by this portal, but simply try it out and see whether it works for you. Also here again, Mega Man jump. Here, like Cosmic just thought, you can ignore this platform. No reason to take it. Don't forget to slide up there. Don't forget to slide here. So here, what I do, there are a few ways to do this. B-Rex, for example, uses Lust to kill this guy before taking damage. What I do is, I send a energy ball straight down right, and usually I hit this guy once, and then I kill him off with Pride. What Cosmic does, he lands just there and loses a bit more time than we do, but that is still faster than getting hit by that thing. Just want to point that out. Also here, we can do a simple jump over those black holes. You don't have to flutter, but fluttering is a lot easier. So here's a kind of important portion you probably want to know. If you die in this section anywhere, you spawn here. And if you spawn, you don't have any ammunition, as in your energy balls still need to recover after you spawn. So you can't immediately go. So you want to pay attention to that. Other than that, this section is pure muscle memory. Simply do it as quick as possible, as soon as possible. Also slide below here, it's pretty nice. Simply same thing with here, do it that quickly and your goal. Pretty straightforward. Here, one thing you can do is, instead of landing here, you can flutter straight to this thing, dash to the right, to the left, grab this, jump, dash, and then you have a jump at the end instead of flutter. This is slightly easier to do, but, well, if you are not really quick in pushing down, you will not get the save there. Also, it's easy enough to do this flutter. Here, I'm not sure who suggested, but there is a strategy where you use Sloth right here and activate Sloth around once you just walk off this pillar. This way you hit the skeleton for about 4 to 5 damage, and you only need to send him 2 more energy balls to finish him off. Same deal with the other skeleton. You would need to test that out, but that would technically be the fastest strategy to do this. It's simply really tricky to do. Also, what you also want to do is probably take the skeleton to the next skeleton a bit earlier. Also, while you're fighting them, you want to move to the left. Cosmic did it basically very safe. Here, as long as you don't touch the floor, the centaur will jump to the last place you stood on the solid ground, which was on those things that just disappeared, so he will jump to the far right. So, while you don't touch the ground, you can keep going to the left, like Cosmic just does. You can even go closer to the centaur, but not really necessary, you have to wait for the wall to disappear anyways. Was a slide below here, no reason to go above. And slide, slide, slide. You can slide over that little gap there too, by the way. So not much to add here, this looks pretty much optimal, I think. So here, one thing you can do, and it's a few frames faster, not terribly much, you can actually slide to the right side below, jump, jump, and flutter up, instead of fluttering, jump, jump. on the left side. It's slightly faster and it's not really difficult to do. So I simply suggest you do. Because again, it's easy enough to do consistently, no reason not to save those frames. So Cosmic here resets to get the violet one to jump down early, and well, you can do that. I mean, the world record does it, why not? But I believe it's faster to actually start with the red one being on the floor. Also, there is a pretty crazy fast strategy with jumping over the orcs while they swing their weapons to get even more damage in. If you would like to see that video, simply send me a message, I'll send it to you. Basically, I don't have much to say for the orcs besides simply learn it and learn it really well and get better at it. Because a lot of it is pretty much freestyle and you want to get in as much damage as possible. Really that simple. For example, here Cosmic could actually damage the violet haired one while he is dodging the red one with greed. Like here, he could damage again. That's sad. So, for this one, here they are going to do the bash attack. Oga brought up a very good point, which is greed before and after is a lot better than switching to lust early. But what Cosmic just did is he uses lust pretty much the entire way to do well on of damage. What he could also do is switch off to greed early and damage the left one a little bit longer. It kind of all depends on what you do, depending on which one has less and more HP. So this is a very strong kill on Twin Orcs, no question. So, oh, did you see that little gap over there? Hopefully not too far back. That one right here where Amethyst hovers over. Don't jump, simply slide over it. All the little things. So here, touch the heart as early as possible and touch it as early as possible. Slide. So this one is also really good how Cosmic just did it, except the worm should have gone to the right there. So here, there's a little strategy you can do after you touch the heart for the first 2 times. You can actually jump over here, touch the heart the second time, and get enough momentum to the left, flutter, and then land directly back onto this platform instead of going over here. This saves you a little bit of time and it's not too difficult, simply try it. Here, I used to think that Pride is better here, but actually Lust is better if you throw 2 energy balls right here to this guy and then angle your Lust straight on to the right. That saves you a little bit of time as well. Further, what you can do here, and it's not difficult to do either, it's surprisingly easy. Instead of taking normal path through here, you can actually do a full jump, and then flutter below here and use the second jump to get back up here. As I said, it's not difficult to do and I recommend you doing it. So here, there is that well-known strategy where you touch the 4 heart without going back to the left side. And many people, even the best runners, as you can see, don't actually do it, even though they know about it, since the difficulty is touching the heart twice while hovering here and then getting to the lower platform without dying. Which I think, once you're good enough, you can definitely go for the 4 heart in one go. So not much to say here. The climb once again is kind of freestyle. You want to kill them as soon as possible, and I feel like Cosmic Strategy is very strong on this. Also this guy, simply take him in and kill him before he dashes back to the left, since otherwise it's very annoying. Here, don't jump, you can slide onto the bone. Just want to find it out. Not much to add here. Actually, what I didn't try is slide from here to the right. If you don't know it yet, simply try it out. I'm going to try that right after this. Hopefully. Here you can come a bit earlier to this one. Also here is a new strategy. It is a bit tricky to do. What you want to do is, again, I have a highlight in the video for this. You can touch the heart here 3 times on the first pass. Then, instead of going up here with the bone snake, you can go straight to the right. Now, it's not easy to do, but I feel like it's easy enough and saves enough time that you should actually at least try and practice it. Also here, since you're paralyzed, you can't even form as soon as possible, since this frees you from the paralyzation. Not much to add here. What you could do here in theory... Oh no, you actually can't. Never mind. So, Cosmic is going to reset here for a good reason, to get a good cycle. So, what you could also do here is watch what I did a few times, which is not much faster, but just a little bit. But I feel like since you have to wait for the cycle anyways on the next guy, it's not worth it. But what you can do anyways is slide down here, flutter, and then jump up. So you can go all the way without having to wait there. I think B-Rex is doing that on this guy. Simply look it up, I guess. Pretty sure he does that. So here, you don't have to wait on the left side. You can, once again, as long as you don't touch solid ground again, he will jump to the last spot you stood on, which is here. So what you can do is simply go all the way to the right. Also for this portion, again, I have a video for it. Simply go all the way to the right and take the skeleton into the next screen. And defeat him just a little bit faster. For Azrael, I really don't have anything to add. It's, again, kind of a freestyle competition. The only thing that counts is damaging her as soon as possible, again, as soon as her shield fades. One thing maybe towards the end is if you lack some damage, as in probably a bit more than 5, you can actually wait for her shield to go down a little before you deal more damage, be able to get in damage quicker. It's, well, if you think about it, it makes sense, I guess. Not much to add here, I might as well skip this fight. No, Cosmic is fast enough. Did I ever mention Cosmic is a monster? He's ridiculously good. And I actually didn't even ask him to use this way, because I don't have no idea whether he has it or not. Whatever. Enough of the musing. I feel like he could have left that hole on the right there open. Also, he could have waited there before activating the full shield. Dealt 2 more kick damage, then killed her. This would have probably saved 2 seconds or so again. Really nothing to add to this section actually. Maybe what you can do is on this platform right here, already go all the way to the right, but I'm not sure that's possible. Also here, I think this is easy enough that you don't need the save point. Saves us. Just be me. If you took damage before, well, actually you can't take. Never mind. It's easy enough. Not much to add to the J1 fight. Simply try to use the spikes to get headshots. Cosmic actually uses Lust all the way, I believe. He doesn't switch to Pride to be able to deal with the spikes quicker. The only thing I could think of during this is it heals just as much as possible since it does 3 damage instead of only 1. Also, a triple headshot is incredibly strong. Please stop buffering. Thank you. Come on. Yeah, I'm not dropping frames at all, so that's a... I believe those were triple headshots. Not sure about that one. Please stop buffering. We are just at the end. There's only one more thing I would like to point out. Aside from get good at this fight. Oh, headshots again. This is insane. What you may be able to do on this fight, by the way, if you get close to him, he will try to stomp you. And it delays his other stuff a bit. If he stomps you instead of jumping, this probably could save you a second. But I'm not sure that works like that. Just a thought. So yeah, overall there were a lot fewer little things to point out than I initially thought there were during the course of the run. I think part of it is because I already told many speedrunners about them and they started implementing. So, this guy, I only have a few things to add. You want to actually, as long as you have 4 orbs, actually I have 4 orbs in this fight by the way, as long as you have 4 orbs, you want to use orbs instead of melee damage, since 1 orb is equivalent to half a melee damage weapon, one place, really quick. So it's much better to use orbs since you have 4 of them, basically 5 since 1 regenerates while you throw the other 4 to hit him. So that's a little bit of an optimization you can do. Also, if you use this laser, shoot 1 orb down low and shoot the rest of the orbs while jumping up. So unfortunately we are going to see Cosmic's run die here, though he was on ridiculous good pace. So here, what you want to do optimally, and Cosmic actually just did this in his previous run too, is if you get lucky enough, enrage him in the middle. That way you can simply stand right there and wail on him. So, bubbles are going to spawn very low, but that shouldn't be an issue. Should have enough health. And this worm damage actually killed him. So what also Cosmic does is he actually tanks those double lasers by jumping over the first one and only taking 1 hit from a double laser, which is extremely efficient and does a lot more damage to J2. And that's that. I hope this video wasn't too long. This highlight shouldn't be too dragging on. And well, I hope Cosmic get long run like this one again. Maybe a bit faster now. That's that. Have a nice day and have a nice evening. Or morning. I don't know.